Watch this photo closely. The hair starts moving, the background shifts with a slow camera pan, and rain begins falling in the corner, all from one still image with no video footage involved. This is Grok Imagine, turning a static photo into a short moving clip using its built-in Aurora engine, and you don't need any editing software to do it. I only share methods that I test myself, so every step here is exactly what I ran to make the clip you just saw. If you want the next AI trick like this the moment it drops, subscribe now, because that's the entire focus of this channel. Here's exactly how to do it. Go to grok.com in your browser or open the Grok app and find the Imagine tab, usually visible in the main navigation or under a plus icon, depending on your platform. Inside Imagine, you'll see two modes, image and video. For animating a photo you already have, choose video, then select the image to video option instead of text to video. Upload your photo directly, or if you don't have a strong source image yet, generate one first inside image mode using Aurora's flux-based model, then feed that generated image straight into the video step. Starting from a locked still image rather than a blank text prompt gives you far more control because you're not gambling on what the AI invents from scratch. Before you generate, make sure your source image is as high quality as possible. Sharp images with good lighting, a clear subject, and clean edges almost always animate better than compressed or blurry photos. If your image has a busy background, expect the AI to spend part of its generation trying to understand all those details. Simpler backgrounds usually produce cleaner motion with fewer visual artifacts. Once your image is loaded, write a motion prompt that describes three things: the camera movement, the subject's motion, and the ambiance. For example, slow zoom into the eyes, gentle wind moving through the hair, soft ambient rain in the background. Avoid describing multiple camera moves in one prompt. Asking for a zoom, orbit, dolly, and rotation all at once often confuses the model. One smooth camera movement almost always looks more cinematic. If you're animating people, keep facial movements subtle unless you specifically want expressive animation. Small eye movement, blinking, breathing, or hair motion generally looks much more realistic than exaggerated expressions. Grok's Aurora engine reads the prompt and generates a short clip, typically up to 10 seconds at 720p, complete with matching audio that it generates automatically. Don't ignore the generated audio. Sometimes it's surprisingly good, but if you're planning to add music or voiceover later, it's often better to mute it during editing so it doesn't compete with your final soundtrack. If you want something more precise and less generative, like a simple parallax or Ken Burns-style pan and zoom, rather than full AI-generated motion, you can ask Grok directly to use its code execution tool instead. Say something like, using your code execution tool, animate this image with a slow zoom and pan for a Ken Burns effect. This writes actual Python code behind the scenes to move the pixels mathematically, which gives you a much more predictable, subtle result, especially useful for portraits, landscapes, product photography, or thumbnails where you don't want warped faces or melted objects. Once you're happy with the output, download the clip directly from the Imagine interface. If your first result isn't perfect, don't immediately regenerate with the exact same prompt. Small wording changes, like replacing dramatic wind with gentle breeze, or fast camera push with slow cinematic zoom, can completely change the quality of the animation.
Now, something you need to know before you start experimenting. Grok Imagine's moderation actively scans both your source image and your prompt, and certain uploads get flagged with a blunt content moderated error and refuse to process at all. This isn't just about obviously restricted content. It can also trigger on copyrighted characters, real public figures in certain contexts, or prompts that read as trying to force a workaround. Don't waste your generation credits repeatedly retrying a flagged image with slightly reworded prompts. That pattern is exactly what can get accounts flagged for review. Stick to clean source images you have the rights to, and if something gets blocked, change the actual content rather than trying to talk your way around the filter. Here's the tip that separates a decent result from a great one. Keep your composition locked before you animate. If your source photo already has the framing, lighting, and expression you want, resist the urge to describe major changes in your motion prompt, since Aurora tries to preserve identity and composition from the still frame, and heavy prompt changes fight against that stability and introduce visual drift partway through the clip. Also, keep motion concentrated on one or two elements. Hair, clothing, smoke, water, fog, rain, or leaves moving in the wind create a much stronger illusion of life than trying to animate everything in the frame at once. Small, specific motion cues on a well-composed photo consistently outperform ambitious prompts on a rough one. One final tip: save prompts that produce great results. Once you discover a camera move or motion style you like, reuse that prompt on different images. Building your own prompt library will save time and make your results much more consistent. I test new AI tools every week, and if a new free method comes out, you'll see it here first. Right now, there are at least 3 other free tools doing image to video in different ways, and the results vary more than you'd expect. Next video, I'm putting Grok Imagine head-to-head against 2 of them using the exact same source photo, so you can see which one actually wins. See you in the next video.